All right, have and have not fans. Now, this is an interesting topic that I never thought I would do on the channel. Now, for one, when I first got started, I think everyone knows for a fact that I rarely, if ever, showed my face on the channel. And I feel like, the YouTube Live on my iPod is a lot more convenient because it's just like I click a couple of, push a couple of buttons, I put in the title for the video, I pick a thumbnail, then I'm on screen talking to you all or showing my surroundings, and we're pretty much talking about that. And some of the comments like, oh, you should do your face reveals more, you're a handsome young man and all that stuff. I appreciate that because honestly, when I first got started, I was pretty self-conscious about being in front of a camera. Because, despite being a communications major, like I'm comfortable being on stage talking. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But in terms of a camera, I guess kind of a backstory here. Now, here's my thing. Like, this is probably why I might title the video something along the lines of, I hate selfies with a passion. I don't know if you all had a friend or friends like this. Now, this is how I am. Now, when it comes to like taking a picture of yourself, you're pretty content with that. Yeah, you might have to take a few shots of yourself. I wouldn't say Photoshop. I mean, like I might change like what is it? Not the filter, like the dog ears. I don't do that into that mess. But I'm talking about like the shading of a photo. I might change that when I take a photo of myself. But let's say because you know yourself, you know what you like. It's like, oh man, my face looks too big in that photo. Let me try another angle. Or you know what? I wasn't like the glaring was bad. Little factors like that. You're keen on what you like and how you think you should look. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's flip the script. Let's say you have a friend and it's like, hey, man, you mind getting a photo of me standing over here? Yeah, I got you. And then they'll take a crappy photo of you. And then if you get them to take some more, it really sucks. And it's just like, yo, man, what's up? And this is kind of my own experience here. But then when they ask you to take a picture of them, you got to take like 50. Like I've had times where the friend, like he would take the phone out of my hand, flip it a certain way, change all these other adjustments to get the perfect photo. And that's why personally I have a grudge against selfies from other people. It's like, I just hate it because people want me to take the time to get the perfect photo of them. But when I asked them to do the same for me, I was never given that luxury. It was just like, that's why that left an impression of me of why I hated being in front of a camera. And to go even further back to like elementary school, like school photos, I was that guy that would never bring my photos home. Like I would keep them in my book bag. I wouldn't show them to my parents. I would just bring the stills back to the teacher and be like, oh no, we're not buying pictures this year. And my mama always got on me about that because I just never felt comfortable about being in front of a camera. Like, not to be like Michael Jackson-esque and say like, I've hated my face. I hate my nose. my teeth are too big. I mean, yeah, I was teased in some respects because, I have, a gap and whatnot, but I'm 26 now. I'm pretty, content with myself. Like, I'd save up, to get braces and all if I wanted to. At this point, I would probably get Invisalign if I ever got braces. But, at those times in my life, I was just not content of being in front of a camera because I just didn't like it. But, just like the positive reinforcement of people on the channel that I've liked, when I show my face, I'm not against doing that in the future. Best believe that I would love to do more videos where I'm showing my face, like, especially I'm doing like reaction videos where I have the webcam on me, but then another screen would have like the video I'm watching because for some reason, reaction videos are one of the biggest venues of YouTube fame out there now because everybody's doing like, oh, my reaction to this episode or this movie or this trailer that just dropped. I mean, some of those reactions are great, but some of them you can tell they're staged, not to be hating on them, of course, but you can tell when a person is being genuine when they're reacting to something versus when it's staged. It's like, okay, I need to flip a table here, I need to jump up here and this and that. But I just wanted to give a little bit of insight as to why I haven't shown my face that much, because there are other YouTubers out there, especially those who discuss TV shows and whatnot, that literally just sit in front of a camera and talk. But personally, for me, aside from not being 100% comfortable about being in front of a camera, I feel like it really does help when I do pictures and whatnot, because it helps people follow along with what I'm saying. Because sometimes I'm pulling stuff up from like 3 seasons ago, and even if I say something, sometimes that picture will make it click where I say, hey, remember that time that Quincy went back to Warlock's neighborhood? And it's just like, well, I don't remember that. But then when you see the picture, it's like, oh, I do remember. I mean, that's just personally how I do it. I mean, trust and believe, if it was just me sitting in front of a camera, videos would be produced very quickly on the channel, without a doubt. I mean, I'll just sit there and talk. Not saying that's a bad thing, but for me personally, I feel like pictures make things pop. And yes, there are other channels out there that do a mixture of they're talking in front of a camera, but then they have video clips, and then they have pictures, and they have audio and all that stuff. But I mean, this is just the way I do things. Will the channel change in the future? It is a possibility depending on several factors. But for now, I just like doing it the way I do. But doing the live streams where I'm showing my face, you know, especially if I'm in front of my iPod, I think those are more in the day in the life of Jeremy as I'm talking about certain issues. But with that being said, I just wanted to give you some insight as to why I don't show my face as often as people would like me to. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you like more me videos, or, you know, being in front of a camera, or are you fine with things the way they are now?